What's up, guys? Mr. Fat here to bring you back Clover episode 43, the Temple Battle Royale. I'm sorry it's late. I've been solving things for college, but if someone waste your time, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Leave a like. It's up to you. This episode officially ends volume 7 of the manga. They're going to volume 8 now, and oh boy, by the way, volume 7 ended. You know something's about to get real because Vetto has come to play. Alright, so the way the episode begins is the same way it ended last week. Because last week they ended it midway through chapter 50, through chapter 59. I would say 59 or 58, one of those two, and so they continue from there on. So we see Yami's with the great priest. They start. Yami wanted to go in, but no, he's a bit too strong, so the priest just has him there with him. They're betting on who's gonna win. They're also eating and drinking. Then we go to see the guys, the Black Bulls, who they're fighting with. Charmy gets knocked out, which is the only one that actually gets knocked out. She basically gets him to sleep by Kahono. She has the mask. Feral is escaping because he doesn't want to fight. Plus, he doesn't have offensive magic either. He only has a special magic that's like defensive protection. He only has special magic to transport people, not to fight and whatnot. Asta one-shots the guy that he was fighting with, the first one. Gudge also does the same. Luck does the same, and Magna does the same. Then Asta is killing all the fishes and all the nuisance spells created by the Great Priest. He senses somebody, which is Kiato, the grandson of the Great Priest, as well as the son of the strongest mage in the Water Temple. Kahono and Kiato are brother and sister. I don't think we have a name yet for the Great Priest, or even the father of Kiato and Kanoho. Yeah, I don't think we have a name yet for the father or the Great Priest. So that's something to look forward to. Let me see what else is there. Yes, the Black Boots were looked down upon, because they're the weakest of all, and they knew that. We also find out that the Great Priest and the people outside they enjoy a good show, so the people outside are watching it and everything. Vanessa was gonna be attacked by a trap, but she instead trapped the guy that she was fighting with in a spider web sort of like thing. Gray transforming to a crab. Asta versus Kiato was the highlight of the episode. Of course, the end also is the highlight of the episode. But Kiato versus Asta, it had great animation. Like the animation for this episode was consistent most of the time. It was consistent. It was consistent throughout the whole episode. But at times it was a bit iffy and whatnot. But nothing people can put up with. So this is what Black Clover should have been from day one. Which, hey, every great anime has a bad beginning, except for Academia. But hey, that's just the point. Yes, Kiato versus Asta was the highlight of the episode. We also see Noelle versus Kanoho, and they're about to fight. We learned that Kanoho sort of used Noelle in a way to we learned that Kiato has the same dream as Kanoho, basically. So since they're brother and sister, they want to do the same thing. They want to be a duo and whatnot. So Kiato is the dance counterpart. Kanoho is the singing counterpart. Kiato is great with the sword. We learned that Kanoho, what she was practicing in the surface, that she was looking for people to come to the Water Temple, because when they do, the Great Priest hold these games, and that's the only way that Kiato and Kanoho could win their way up to the surface. Because we learned by Kiato himself that the water people, the fishermen, the Water Temple people, the people that live under the sea, they're allowed to go to the beaches, to the kingdom's beaches, but they're not allowed to go into the capital. So, I mean, and they said that if they win, they would be able to go by the authority of the Great Priest. So that's the reason why they're fighting. Kiato bet his dream on the line. Asta bet his dream on the line too. Asta is adapted to Kiato's way of fighting, because Kiato's way of fighting he uses his dance, his dance magic as a way to distract the opponent he's fighting with, especially Asta with his ki, because so he's basically disrupting Asta's ki and he senses as well while fighting, but Asta is adapting to the way he fights, and he manages to block. He only gets a cut in the cheek, and then he attacks, and one of the sword from his Kiato's hand falls off. He's a dual wielder. He also killed the monster toys, and the monster toy that Kiato killed was huge, so basically to represent the threat, that he's a threat when it comes to Asta and whatnot, which he was, because he's a really well-wielding sword. We also confirmed that if Asta is fighting an actual sword, his sword, if Asta is fighting an actual sword, now one made of magic, Asta's sword is just a lump of iron, which we've known since episode 1, because the sword is one negates magic, not Asta himself, the sword are. So, let me see. Charmy was eating food, and she got knocked by that. We learned that Noelle can actually control her magic. She just doesn't want to hurt people. So it's basically that's the only problem basically. So Noelle is a royal, so she has enough magic into everything, and people that read the manga knows what's going on. And I like this arc mostly because some of the characters are gonna get development. By the rest of the preview, we're gonna learn more about Magna and Locke, their relationship as friends. Noelle is getting development since the beginning of the arc. So in that sense, this is considered Noelle's arc basically. Asta is learning how to fight even more. How to use his ki, and how to be smart basically. Because he was using just brute strength or brute force, but that wasn't the way to go. Is fighting Kiato, so he had to basically become one with water, and he decided to dance. And then when Locke and Magna, they were fighting the Kiato and Kahono's father, lightning is strong against water. Yes, it's obvious because we all play Pokemon, we all know that. So Locke attacks the Kiato and Kahono's father with the lightning bolt or thunderbolt destruction, and he blocks it with the water shield. So that basically showcases that he is not your average Magic Knight, because if you know how to fight with any element, even against your own weakness, that means that you have really good control and you're really strong. So that's what happened. And then when Magna and Locke were about to go in